Hello, my name is Marc Oliva and I am going to use this short video to present the teacher I want to be. At the moment, I'm about to finish my university degree in Barcelona, the city where I was born. I am doing this video for the ELT methodology subject, which is one of the most important in my training as a future English teacher. But before starting, I would like you to observe this photo. This excited guy who is in front of some children in a classroom is me in 2016, when I was in my last course at the school, segon de batxillerat. In that moment, I was doing my practice part of the research project, in Catalan Treball de Recerca. I decided to do that as I had no doubt I wanted to study to be a teacher. My project was about how technology has influenced education in recent years. And my teacher allowed me to do one short placement with the 8-year-old students in my own school. It was a great experience, but now, 4 years later, I know I could have done it better. But that's normal, as a teacher gains experience as years go by. I would have liked to show this video to me in 2016 to explain myself some tips to follow to be the perfect teacher. Let's start! I am going to present 10 essential steps that everybody would need to follow if they want to be the perfect teacher. In my opinion, the first one is that teaching needs to be a labor of love for you. You have to enjoy while you are teaching, as it is your passion. There's nothing like observing how your students progress day to day, and they do so partly thanks to you. I think that if you ever lose this passion, you need to have a break, as teaching is demanding, and children deserve the best version of you. This is absolutely related to step number 2, motivation. Only when the teacher is motivated is capable of motivating their students too. You can perceive that a teacher is motivated when they design fun, attractive, and suitable lessons for the kids, who enjoy while they are learning. But that's obviously not possible if the educators are not willing to go to class and share their knowledge with the students. The third step is cooperative learning. From my point of view, this is the best way for students to learn. Nowadays, the pupils of the majority of schools sit down in groups. This layout is very useful as kids can share their opinions and they can work together. If they are doing projects, all of them can contribute with their ideas and be a good team. This is very important if you want to design student-centered lessons. When I was a primary student, all we did in class was taking notes when the teacher spoke, and we couldn't barely contribute with our ideas. But nowadays, it's crucial that the students say which are their interests so the teacher can take their opinions into account. In this way, the teachers are not the main characters, but they are the ones who accompany the kids in their learning process. The next one says, a kid's job is to play, which is a brilliant statement. Playing in the classroom has always been wrongly seen as a waste of time, but that's clearly not correct. Kids learn better when they are having fun. There are a lot of didactic games that can be useful when it comes to teaching maths, science, or of course English. As teachers, we have more possibilities of persuading our students to work if we ask them to play instead of saying, open the book on page 17. They will learn the same, but they will enjoy more doing the game and not the exercises on the book, obviously. Apart from that, we can use technology to do so. Since it arrived, teachers have unlimited possibilities to work in class. Videos on YouTube, interactive games, and a lot more resources. We have to prepare our students for what they are going to use in their future, and we cannot conceive the future without technology. Step number 7 is also very important. Having a trusting relationship between you and your students is a must. The students spend more time with each other and the educator than with their own family, which means you are like a second mom or dad. As a teacher, I need to be prepared to listen to their problems and worries. as my obligation is to give them some advice to help them. If they see me as their referent, this relationship can be magic, and I will have achieved one of the most difficult goals in education. I also want to be a speaking promoter. This doesn't mean to obligate all my kids to be constantly participating in my classes, as there are a lot of students who are timid, especially in English. I want my kids to know that it's okay to make mistakes. We're not perfect, and by the way, they need to know that the best knowledge comes after committing errors. The objective of that is to prepare them to speak in English so they don't end up feeling nervous and shaking in a presentation. I say that because it happened to me in the first one I did in an English class in secondary school, which is obviously too late to do the first presentation. I also want to be a CLIL teacher. My dream is to teach some content through English, or maybe to teach English using some content. We need to go one step farther and use English in a contextualized way. When I was a kid, I was always wondering why we learned some vocabulary of toys and then some other about planets in the following unit. It obviously doesn't make sense now either as a teacher. We need to teach them the reality of their daily life, even it seems challenging, as the vocabulary you use is not that easy. For this reason, it would be ideal to create my own material, which could be manipulative, so students can touch, play, and experiment with it. If they do so, students carry out experience-based learning, which is the one that they will remember in their future. Even this seems a pyramid, the first one is not more important than the top one. This is just an escalator where all the threads are given the same importance. To be the perfect teacher, you have to go through every single step, because all of them are crucial and need to be taken into consideration before teaching young learners in a meaningful way.